But more importantly, you can't play enough defense to win in that environment. If the market is declining, there isn't enough defense that you can play to succeed and position yourself for growth even as you come out of that downturn. You're going to be so much further behind.
So guys, we were recently speaking with somebody who was considering pulling back on a lot of their initiatives for the year, citing the fact that there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets, and flat out, it's a bad idea, right? I mean, you think about how much is changing and the competition out there that's getting bigger. It's just not a good idea to pull back and play defense right now. So let's replay that conversation, guys. John, starting with you, what was some of the advice that you gave?
Hey, really, it's time to play offense during a downturn. The best time to take share as a distributor or manufacturer is when the competition pulls back. It's really as simple as that. And the way I've always viewed it in my distribution career, and I've been fortunate to work with some great leaders, they viewed this as the perfect time to go out and take share. Because there's really only 5 ways to grow as a distributor. You can get more from your existing customers. You can grow market share. You can go out and get new customers. That's more difficult to do as a distributor because you're usually in a channel. You can find new markets to enter or adjacent channels. You can go out and build a new store in the next town over. You can build a greenfield, or you can go build through acquisition. Now, the quickest way to grow if you're not willing to build greenfields or acquisition is to go out and take share, grow your existing customer base, and put in new services like digital selling, inside sales, lower cost sales, go-to-market schemes to go out and take share. Jay, what do you think?
No, it's a great point, John, and I think it resonated well with our audience. One is get ahead of the market cycle.
Yeah.
That if you are in the market cycle, don't wait, get ahead of that downturn. It's not going to serve you well. The second thing I wanted to stress is play offense, not defense. But more importantly, you can't play enough defense to win in that environment. If the market is declining, there isn't enough defense that you can play to succeed and position yourself for growth even as you come out of that downturn. You're going to be so much further behind. The third thing is invest in that inside sales as well as your digital selling strategy. That's going to reduce your costs. It's going to allow you to reach a broader audience than you normally would be able to. And it's going to give you the opportunity to speak to them and reach them more frequently than you would if you had maybe a smaller sales team or you had challenges in getting out there to the market. I think fourth is incentive programs. Now, incentive programs are interesting because they allow you to be creative in ways of retaining and attracting new customers, as John was mentioning, but I would focus on those that work and are proven, right? So use a focused approach on who you want to target those incentives with and that they're proven. Now is not the time to experiment in the market with something you haven't tried before that you know isn't going to work, particularly in a down market or a downtrending market. And I think last that I would suggest is pick good partners. So as you work with your manufacturer partners, make sure that you're working with ones that have an equal or an aggressive approach to that same market. If your manufacturer is going to play defense and you're playing offense, it probably isn't going to work well.
Yeah.
If your manufacturers are also interested in playing offense, work with those partners jointly together to serve the customers in the marketplace. Those would be the 5 recommendations I would make.
Yeah, great advice, guys. So if you're a manufacturer or a distributor, now is not the time to pull back and only play defense. You've got to increase your game to play more offense, moving into markets that are slowing in demand, especially when you consider the larger competition. They're setting their growth goals over market growth to 5-6% market growth over market growth. So if you're a smaller company, it's that much more difficult to actually keep the pace and compete effectively. So play more offense moving into down cycles, and you will steal more market share while defending the existing share that you have. Great advice, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, James.
Thank you for watching today. If you liked what you heard and you want to put some of these insights to use on your team, feel free to reach out to us at dorngroup.com. If you want to receive more unique insights like these for both manufacturers and distributors, follow us on our LinkedIn and YouTube channels.